Let's see if this works. Da, 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 da. Okay. Whoop. Hold on. I'm making a mess of things. This program and start streaming. Okay. Now I don't know if this is live or not, so if it is, I guess shoot me a comment and let me know. Let me pull up something on my other screen and see if it is working. I don't know. As y'all know, I'm not very good at streaming. I'm not very good at this whole computer thing. Um, Even though I'm actually pretty computer literate, learning how to stream and do things like this is a whole new it's a whole new bag, man. I tell you, it's kind of a drag because I don't have it figured out at all. But if this is working, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Sorry I haven't posted in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, week. I don't know. It feels like 2 weeks for me. Normally I had videos, for a month ahead of time. All of my interviews were done, and then I'd do like 4 or 5 interviews in a day. They'd sit, they'd wait. I could edit them, I could put them up at my own leisure, put them up every 2 or 3 days. The last month or so has just been really busy. My world has been kind of turned upside down, and I'll give you a quick glimpse why. Uh, and it's basically okay. Well, because of the whole pandemic we're going through, sailing isn't going quite as busy as I had hoped. So I don't have any pro sailing gigs going on right now. I've done a couple of regattas, but not many, and it's not really a whole lot going on other than a nice trip up to Missouri, which I've discussed, and I'm still trying to edit that video. Well, in the meantime, I've gotten into doing boat work, and I'm doing a lot more boat work. In fact, this week I'm going to try to do some live streams of me trying to build a rudder for a Rose 19 and some recorded video and some things like that. Now, in the meantime, I've rebuilt a Rose 19. I'm working on a Mariner 19, which is basically the same boat, a slightly different deck. And I've got a lot of projects going on just boat wise in my backyard. I got a J22 that I'm now recoring the whole deck on instead of, I've mentioned that I had been replacing the bulkheads and the chain plate bulkheads and everything in that. Now I'm in the recoring stage. So I'll try to get some pictures and videos of that to put up. Other than that, I've just been busy as all get out. Between doing some silly things like, trying to improve my shop. I bought a bunch of stuff at an auction. A school had closed down in Pensacola. So I bought a bunch of old tables there. Now I'm turning these tables into shelving and work tables basically for the back of my shop so I can store more things and raise them up and elevate it. So between having to pick those up, rebuild it, tear it all apart and make it usable, that has kept me a little busy. And beyond that, some of my friends know that I've been in a custody battle for my kids and my stepkids that's been going on for a couple months now. Well, it's kind of ramped up. The kids are living with me full time, and I'm getting them ready for school. So that's taken up a lot more time and money than I ever actually imagined. But that's been keeping me busy between dealing with lawyers, kids, soccer, basketball. Good Lord, kids are active. I wish I were that active and had that energy like I used to. But beyond that, I have done some interviews. I did one with Sailing Avocet, which I think I apologized for on my last stream. I butchered it. I totally boned it. I went to adjust the volume setting just to give it a double check. Basically, all I managed to do was kill the volume on that. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get a little smarter and a little more experienced and just not make a mess of these videos anymore. But with that said, I have James from Sailing Zingaro He's the young man that's had this, I guess it was a Crowler 35, 38, something like that. It was a, a kind of a home built uh, catamaran, out of plywood and glass. And so it was a composite built boat. But he and his girlfriend Kimmy were sailing from the Easter Islands to, I guess, Hawaii. And the boat broke up. It basically just about broke in half. He had to tie the boat together with a bunch of spectra and a bunch of line just so it didn't completely separate like this. Well, I've been in talks with him for months now, and then we were gonna try to go live, I guess yesterday or 2 days ago. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but still working on it. So I will have more interviews for you, and that one should be very entertaining. James is a great guy, uh, a real get it done kind of guy. Uh, Very entertaining. So stay tuned for that. I'll have that one coming soon. Beyond that, I've just been busy and kind of just I don't know. I haven't been overly motivated to crank out these videos like I was. Um, it's just a rough time right now. Uh, Several things. One, I'm not sailing enough, and I know that when I'm not on the water every 2 weeks, I get a little cranky. So that's having a little bit of an effect. Uh, Two, a lot of my guests they are starting to get busy now, so it's getting a little harder to get them on, a little more difficult that way. Um, and beyond that, just kind of running through the whole part of life that's just rough. No income really, no. I mean, I've got jobs, I've got work, but what I'm going through right now is rain. It has rained every single day here for the last 2 weeks, which has just been brutal. It's been brutal on work, it's been brutal on my psyche, and it's brutal. And just too much rain has got to stop at some point. Um, Other than that, it's just been me hanging here with the kids, trying to fix up little projects. Uh, I've been rebuilding one of my son's bedrooms, making it so he's happy. Uh, Working on Rose 19s when I can because of the weather, and like I said, I've got a lot of things coming up. It's just right now the rain has just beat me to death. Even when I try to go pick up more equipment or more things for my shop to improve it and make it better, don't really want to do it because it's just nonstop a torrential downpour. And for those of y'all that don't really understand rain in Alabama, it'll be crystal clear blue skies, and then 10 minutes later, you'll get 3 inches of rain just dumped on you instantly. I mean, just boom. If if you were in California, y'all would flood. Most parts of the country would completely flood. Now down here, we're kind of used to it, but it still doesn't make my life or my job any easier. Um, Beyond that, like I say, I don't know. I'm trying to do boat work, get through the rain, get through all these issues. The sail making business is going pretty well. Quantum Sales is doing great. I've put in more orders for sales in the last 2 weeks and more quotes than I've done probably in the past year. That's going well. Now I just need to get some people, Paul, to finish paying up on a couple things, and we'll be squared away. But sorry, buddy, had to call you out. But just dealing with a couple things with like that. Sail making's going okay, and from there, that's about it. I'm starting to volunteer a lot of time, or getting ready to volunteer a lot of time to my kids' school, which is going to be good for them, good for me. Just gets me out of the house a little bit and out of the shop. You can only grind on fiberglass so many hours a day. Uh, God bless you guys that do it all the time. And I say that, but I really do actually grind fiberglass just about every other day. So, I know the pain, and I've done it on and off all my life. But the problem is when it's 110 degrees and you're sweating, there's no real airflow, and you're just covered in dust. Yeah, it's not much fun. Yeah, and I'll be the first to admit that is not a fun job. It's not a hard job. It's just not fun. Um, Other than that, I don't know. Sailing views will go on. I've just been a little busy. A little preoccupied, a little put out, mainly because of the rain. Now I have done a little bit of sailing. Mobile Yacht Club last weekend hosted the Summer Regatta, which has always been a light air drifting kind of venue. Just for some reason, that regatta is always, a drifter. Um, well, did that, and we had, I think, 15 or 16 Vipers show up, which is going to be great. I went over there and rode around on the coach boat, mainly because I was trying to get pictures of the new Quantum Sails redesigned sails. And, you know, I did everything I could to get good pictures. I'm not a photographer, so I took, I don't know, 64 gigs worth of pictures. Out of that, only 20 pictures were any good and usable. And out of those 20 pictures, they probably gave no good information to George Zabo and Mark Reynolds, who were trying to interpret what I'm taking pictures of. Now, since then, I'm working on that. I've sent the sales to another buddy of mine named Ricky Welch. He's going to take a look at them, tell me his input, see if he sees the same thing I do. He's going to try to get more pictures, but I'll get him back next week, and I'll, keep trying to tweak the design and see how that goes. But other than that, that regatta was going great. Other than same thing, no wind, and then a big thunderstorm rolled in, lightning, rain, 20 knots of breeze. Primarily a junior regatta. A lot of the yacht clubs here in the South, we use the Mobile Summer as a kind of a training regatta for our junior Liptons, where our junior Liptons are, I guess the best way to describe it, all the juniors from all the yacht clubs in the area, they all race against each other in our YRA boat, being the Viper. The juniors don't really get a whole lot of time on the boat, mainly because the adults are beating each other up and trying to represent the club. But the summer regatta has kind of become, a good one for the juniors to go to. They get good experience. There's some adults, so they get to play with a little bit of talent, and that's not just kids. So it's a good event for all. We did finally get raced off on Sunday. Unfortunately, I didn't get to be there to take pictures or do anything. I had to go sail with a big boat client back at Fairhope on Sunday on his Beneteau 35. So I kind of missed out on the whole summer regatta, but, I'm doing what I can. Beyond that, that is it. I know that I'm working real hard on trying to get these Viper sails squared away and the Rose 19 squared away. The problem is crew, timing, and right now it's weather. Like, literally, outside it was completely sunny when I started the stream. It is now flooding right now. I can hear it on my metal roof. I've got my video cameras, security cameras going on, and that's sitting next to this monitor over here. And I can see that it's already rained 2 inches in the last 15 minutes. Yay, Alabama. Lots of fun. Other than that, I've been staying in contact with a lot of friends of mine that did a bunch of the races up in Michigan. Just sort of keeping tabs on everything going on in the rest of the world. And it's all going great. Other than that, really nothing to report. Other than I just had to get a video out there, let you guys know where I'm at. The channel's not dead. It's not, going away. I just needed a week off, maybe a week and a half off, just to kind of, I don't know, get motivated, I guess. You tell me. It's just been a busy week, or busy 2 weeks, dealing with a lot of stuff. More craziness to deal with. I've got, attorneys to deal with, kids to deal with, school to start, boats to get rebuilt, sales to get cranked out as quickly as possible. A lot of things happening here. It's just hard to kind of, for me at least, and most of y'all know me pretty well, I'm kind of ADD and bounce around a lot, but keeping it all in line has been a little difficult. But when you're trying to jam in 4 projects in one day, and none of them are a full day project, you really have to, juggle the timeline. Well, I'm getting better at it. Kind of been doing it all my whole life, but I'm getting pretty good at it. The problem is when the rainstorm hits and really throws a wrench into all my best laid plans. But it's getting there. I'm getting things accomplished. I'm getting a lot of things cleaned up, a lot of things squared away. It's just taking time, and unfortunately for you guys, the YouTube channel has to suffer. So I apologize. I've been busy, but you know, them's the breaks, as my dad says. Uh, so that's how it goes. You can't keep everybody happy all the time, but eh. All right, and with that, I'm gonna go check out the rain and make sure my cat comes back inside and doesn't float away. Or actually, I think the cat is inside, so never mind. I'm just getting off the air. It's been long enough. But stay tuned. I've got James coming up in a couple days. I've got Kurt Talby coming up in a couple days. I got a couple other people coming up soon. So the interviews are going to kick back off. And then if I ever get back to having, a couple hours a day to spend in front of the computer, I'll finally finish the video of my trip to Missouri. Now, for those of y'all that don't know or haven't seen one of my other videos, I did a trip to Missouri about a month ago. Excellent trip. I went to Lake Stockton. Now, up there, I was hosted by Mike Spurgeon from Spurgeon Yachts. Mike and I connected through the Melges class and through a really awkward story on getting sales. Well, we became really good friends. We talk all the time. And I went up to Missouri to sail in his lake. He calls it the largest lake in Missouri and one of the biggest inland lakes in the country. And it might be, it's definitely bigger than Lake Lanier or Lake Altoona. So it's not quite as crazy shifty as those lakes, but it's still a lake. So don't get that wrong. But sailing up there was great. I had a really good time. And I got to do a tour of Mike's shop. Spurgeon Yacht Sales, and it's in Stockton, Missouri. And his shop, I mean, he's got I think a 7,000 square foot indoor facility where he can stick probably 4 or 5 40-foot boats inside and do a lot of work on. Trust me, I have shop envy. I mean, he's got everything. And inside that, next to that 7,000 square foot facility, he's got probably a 3,000 square foot spray booth, so we can back large boats in there and spray them and paint the size, the deck, everything. You're bug free. You've got air conditioner. You've got no dust. Everything's going great. He's got his rigging shop. He's got everything. Now Mike hooked me up with a set of shrouds for my Melges. Oh, they're perfect. I've never had such good, well-working adjustable shrouds. It was wonderful. But I'm trying to finish that video to give you guys a big overview on what sailing is like in Lake Stockton. The sailing's not bad. I'm not going to lie. I was pleasantly surprised with the whole thing. The marinas are small, but they're jam-packed with boats. There's people sailing all the time. I got to meet, I can't even tell you how many people I met up there, but it was great. It was fun. I know in a couple months they have one of their larger regattas called the Commodore's Cup. It's kind of an inter-club challenge from around the Kansas City area. If you get a chance, try to go in and do that regatta. Bring a boat, show up and race. It's pretty fun. I mean, and the area is great. I mean, we almost ran over deer every time we left the yacht club or the marina. It's just a really cool place, man. And in my next video, or one of my videos, if I ever finish it, you will see they actually threw me out of a plane. That's how much they loved me up there. So it was a good time. And if not, go check out Spurgeon Yacht Works. Look him up online. I know he's got a website. Really first class situation up there. Go to Missouri. If you need some boat work done, go to Missouri. You'd be shocked. They do great work. They know what they're doing, and they're very convenient. So other than that, all right, I'm going to get out of here. Once again, guys, this is Zane with Sailing Views. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I'll try to get more of these out. I'm trying to get through some of these personal issues, and then I'm in. But there you go. Over, out, and bye-bye. Now, if I can figure out how to stop this.